We're in fucking Scotland now, by the way, because I see the Scottish flag up there. Well, Newfoundland is Scottish, isn't it? There's all Scots that left, went to Nova Scotia. Fucking laugh that was. And they're all fucking laughing at it, don't worry. Fucking Scotland. Get worse, don't you? It's chilly, isn't it?
That's one of the trenches.
Yeah. This is one of the trenches that survived. It's spinning round, and that goes off into the woods. We'll maybe put that up a bit later on.
Can actually get down the trenches up here.
Like that walk the trenches, isn't it?
Yeah. Hey?
Walk the trenches, I think
Yeah.
it's called.
Caribou's just behind that tree.
Yeah. There's nowhere you can go when you're digging with that.
No.
But you find any bombs up here?
No, there's no, they've all been cleared.
Damn it. The caribou. Get a better picture in a few secs. Now I've got the full caribou overlooking the Canadian graves. I wonder if these have been specially planted.
Possibly.
Because they are a wildflower anyway.
Yeah.
Dig one up.
Not bad, do I?
No.
Flowers.
I've seen them in Scotland, like. That's what I was asking. Because yeah, they put it into the kilt.
Yeah. Top way round.
Yeah, what are these, the shells?
So they're holes, aren't they? So whereas these are lines, they're holes, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm saying, I wonder if the cellos.
Probably are, yeah.
I'll get some new. I don't know, it's still well up.
Me and Pete were here, there's some Canadian soldiers here.
Well,
2 or 3 of them. Here's the barbed wire stuff. Look.
yeah. Right, on the floor we can see where some bombs had actually come over this way, and then of course there's the barbed wire post to protect the Canadians just on the hill here.
When me and Pete come in, they said they'd only be an hour.
Yeah.
We've got 2 coach loads. So we come in, saw that, went down to that bottom one and walked back, and they were here 2 fucking hours.
Yeah.
We never got down to that monument, and I didn't even know this existed.
Well, the thing is that we're going to do it today, and we're going to do it before Legendary. In horrible firm, wanker. If it goes wrong, it's not their fault, it's yours every time. And that's what was in that letter. It's easy to blame the driver, like everyone else, not your bollocks you've dropped. Actual words. Because Lou says to me, can't send that. You see if I can't. He said, skills will finish. I said, finish, I'll go to another company. I ain't bothered. I'm not married to him. And you know, that's one thing she always says now to me. Yeah, I go on, I want to go back to work and this and the other. You're not married to the company, you know. They owe you nothing.
Right, there's another one down there as well.
Yeah. I thought I saw one where there was like, you went in and there was like graves all around you. Then you went over to another side, there was like English, and then you went to another side, there was German. But looking at things and the experience what we've had, all the Germans had actually dug up and took back to Germany.
No, they're dug up and dumped in a mass grave, weren't they? This is why you got thousands. This is why you got 3 and 4 names on one plaque. It was all dumped in the fucking.
Did they do that one?
Well, they did it themselves, didn't they? Exhumed them.
Oh, did, all right.
They couldn't afford the upkeeps of cemeteries, so they exhumed them all, transferred them to like where Albert Ball was, you know.
I still can't understand why they took Albert Ball 30 miles behind their lines.
Well, they were behind their lines anyway, weren't they?
Yeah, but why did
Yeah,
they
but who's
shoot
to
it?
say he did land at Arras?
Yeah. Now I can understand if it was like where the crash site was, dead, buried. You know, like some of the other pilots, the Red Baron for instance, he was buried in a hole, wasn't it? Just, I don't think, well, they had a state funeral and that was it. He didn't have a mass thing. Not bothered about that.
What?
Trees begin to come back through.
Yeah. Nature.
I keep putting mine up in the garden, you know, trees forming. But I know that I've got the grass to cut. I get it right.
Now you'd have thought these had been more than 100 years old, wouldn't you? These
These
trees.
trees, yeah. Even with the height of them.
And
There's
the
no-
thickness.
Yeah, but there's no damage to them.
No.
And yet they're
Well, I
still,
suppose.
they're still firing through them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this for instance, you know that. The scarring.
But if they had been got bullet hole in, it would have grown over it. Because that's what this, one of the first ones we went in, it's shown you a tree and the bullet holes all the way through it. You know, bullets
Yeah.
lodged all the way through it. As it got older and older, they covered them.
Yeah, well you go here, I do it with new growth,
Yeah.
like taking footings. You see, you've got an hole in this one, here where
Yeah.
Bart's in. I still can't understand why the old went through wood. Hawthorne Ridge.
No man's land.
Right, looking at Hawthorne Ridge, which was no man's land. Cemetery number 2. Again, you can see in the distance where we used bigger bombs to get down. I don't think that was dug under, was it?
By explosive under the redoubt.
It was built underneath, and at 7:20 a.m. the artillery started thundering down, and then out of the terrific roar, the Hawthorne blew its top, killing hundreds of German soldiers. Of the 119th Reserve regiments were killed in the blast, leaving a crater over 40 metres. The explosion, like a snow ridge, was surviving German defenders rushed into deep dugouts and then waited for the English and French plus Canadians to actually walk, and then of course the massacre happened. 7:30, the main assault, the 2nd Royal Fusiliers began to attacking troops. Over half of the 2nd Fusiliers, some 550 men, were wounded or killed. A few hours attack. Some 70 men battalion was discovered close to location in 1917 on Ridge Cemetery number 1, some 500 metres north along. The other men was 29th who died in the attack, including several members of the Newfoundland Regiment. Many of their comrades known the grave of the names and inscribed on the tomb when we came in. Looking at no man's land. Again, this is all in foggy. More or less telling the same story as the other side, but a better picture. Everyone's pulling his prick. Did you know that there was double buried in there?
Well, I thought it would have to be for the amount of soldiers that
Yeah, double buried. But what they did, they put Egyptians with Egyptians, and then Irish were like buried together from Dublin. Yeah, it does look like it, doesn't it?
it being no man land with all these bomb places. Actually had a lucky escape.
Just on this one.
Yeah.
I haven't had top on, I've been recording back. So I forgot sometimes, so I'm going to have some of that. But put that bit out. There's one thing you do it by frame, it takes ages to do.
Yeah.
But eventually you get it done. Again, but yeah. Onto this piece here just in front of us. This is where 16 officers and men was buried. And of course round the sides it tells you who there was. Most of them looking at things, it's a Black Watch and lots of the Scottish regiments and Northern Ireland, Gordon Islanders. What a beautiful wall. I was expecting like trees being knocked off at top or something like that. First of these trees like this, like we've been brought from Scotland, so that's a cedrus, right? And this would have probably brought them over. Strange, isn't it? Because the cedrus grows ever so quick. Mine did it about half the size of that when I cut it off. Whether this is where the thing that went off. Do you go down and have a look for me? It's in down there. You could pretend, couldn't you? You see, look, it can't be too bad because it's not electric, look.
No, you've just got a warning sign. That's because they want you to actually go in and find them.
Hey, go on. Away, man. Away. I'll give you £1. Yeah. I wonder if that.
Yeah, could have been.
Get a shot from that part, because this looks like a German cross, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, Canadian flag on it then.
Canadian victory. So we're going to go down there. Island Division. This is a wonderful cross here, made out of wood, of the 51st Highland Division, who fell here at Highwood Wood in 1916. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Because could that have been a German trench down there? Or what?
Could be where the bomb went off. It's not a crater, is it? It's long.
No, we're not sure whether this is the actual site where the bomb went off. But looking down, as we go around, it goes into like a line, like a trench affair. We're not sure.
In 1958 it was dedicated to both wars, but the main plaque on the side is for the 1418 war.
So it's not,
When we get up to the
because I'm looking back at
shop.
things. Looking back at things, them states are opposite way.
Yeah, well, they were just support.
Yeah, there was support, but they drove in the opposite way. So like, there's like pointing that way.
Yeah, but don't forget you got some on this side as well, probably going the opposite way.
So I just wondered whether it might have been a German front line, because if that's no man's land,
Yeah,
and if this is like trenches down here, you got
well
bomb things at the back of us.
that big hole.
Then you got the big hole.
Yeah, but there's actually a trench that runs and it's split by the road, and it looks as if it actually runs into that. So that might have been where they had armaments and stuff like that.
Well,
There's lots of information up in the
yeah,
what's the name? You'll be able to.
but it's
They would do you a tour, a walking tour. These young kids.
the thing is though, if you think about it, you're sitting here now.
Yeah, where am I?
Yeah,
Where exactly am I?
yeah. it's not only that.
But that bloke was saying that the Germans were at Beaumont Hamel, which were the houses
Yeah.
over there. So,
Look at
see, with there being 3 lots, it's confusing, isn't it?
Yeah. We'll get back up onto that top in a bit, and
No, we're going to the
Yeah.
centre.
we could have a look down that thing, the Beaumont Hamel.
There's big maps and all sorts in there. We've got more time to look at them today than me and Pete have.
But what I was saying is, you got the wind blowing.
Mm.
There's not a sound, just the rustling of the trees. The birds are whistling, the skylarks whistling, and all quiet within the western front.
Yeah. I farted a couple of times.
Yeah, but you can write that down. That's a point for you, isn't it? I don't like poetry, but I do like listening to other people say it, like Pam Ayres, when she
Yeah.
used to say it, you know.
Yeah, she's humorous, wasn't she?
Yes. And I think if you...
She's also a bit risque sometimes, bless her.
Is she still alive?
Yeah. Yeah, Pam is.
But I don't like, when I was at school, I never used to like doing poetry. But you had to do it.
Thing was, when you at school, you thought that you had to rhyme something
Yeah.
with something, the previous line or something, or the previous line but one. But in reality,
You don't.
you don't.
Because-
you can do it
yeah.
later on.
As we're sitting here, as I just said, the wind is blowing, the rustle of the trees, the birds, and it's all quiet on the western front. And you just make it up. You know, in line of, the last line is like the front line. But you could imagine the skylarks once it had finished.
Yeah, it'll come out.
Yeah. It just amazes me, really, you know, the amount of men that was killed because Iraqi says that, oh, you can walk now, nobody will hurt you, they're all dead.
Yeah, weren't even fucking touched.
No. And then they sent back to London for more men.
Yeah,
It'll be over by Christmas.
cannon fodder.
Be over by Christmas. Lasted for 4.5 years after.
I wish we'd have carried on though, because they were dead. They were fucking dead on their feet. They got nothing to fight with. That's why they wanted to sign.
Well, if you look at it, when
Of course, we were such gentlemen. Now we'll go a bit further. Slaughter you like you slaughtered us. We'll go a bit further. About another fortnight, we'll sign it. We'd have been at fucking Berlin, or somewhere in Germany. We could
Yes,
have
we
claimed
could.
the fucker.
and Nicklin could have been dead.
Yeah.
This to them wouldn't have happened, the Second World War,
No.
because the same as said down at my Uncle Walt the other day. At least, if he did die without any suffering, which would have been a blessing, we look at things, the gas started not long after, and then 20 years after,
Start
there was
again.
another one. But this time, it was managed by aeroplanes and bombs, air raids.
And tanks.
They're ruthless then, because you're fighting 3 different types of army, wasn't you?
But they were a different fucking
Animal.
kettle of fish, weren't they? They were a different animal, the Germans then. They were fucking Absolute fucking. You're insulting animals.
I don't know what the agreement is with them nowadays. I just don't know. But we gave them weapons.
Well, we're pulling out. We're pulling out of Germany, aren't we?
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
We've paid all the fucking stuff for the planes and everything again. It just makes you wonder whether we're doing the right thing with coming out of it, because Winston Churchill had turned around and said that we should join us as a one nation, one European nation. But even Winston Churchill was a tosser. It was like the hierarchy, what got kicked out of government, and then they accepted him back in. Have you noticed when you have a shower at this place, you don't get that
oil?
No, you don't get it, do you?
I meant to mention that.
Yeah.
Whether the other stuff is contained in tanks or something.
Well, I obviously thought that was actually washing within rainwater.
But we used to get that at the Ardèche. It all felt oily. But you just feel clean here.
You do.
You really do.
And I like the shower because
I think it's mains.
Yeah, I've got my main shower, head that I've got at home, and I can get in there. But the only disappointment part about the hotel itself, they should have a disabled room where they should have rails around, because I had to hold the pipe that goes up, and then to dry myself I had to go over to the radiator. Yeah, it is. It's all safety that you look at yourself.
Yeah, well, safety, we're talking about Europe now. You're not talking about Britain, who makes sure everything works. You're talking about Europe, who just cock a snook.
Yeah, but it could be a word in an ear about that. If a room was a disability room with rails.
Yeah, but then again, people might not come. Yeah, might not ever. They might ever use it. Yeah, because these people tend to go to hotels, don't they?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I like the hotel. I like her actually.
Yeah.
A bit of la. I'll pass her over when I finish with you.
Like to see she's changed her clothes. Nice to see.
Props the pants were a bit battered last night. She probably had to duck cleaning up yesterday. But there's not a lot of cleaning up to do, is there, really, end of the day?
No.
The stairs could do with a bit of work to them.
They haven't been done for a while. Bits on them.
It's not that, it's the dust that flies around, because if you put any stone down... Because Lou said to me, I wish you would put stone on the drive, and I said, well, I don't think you would have done, because you've been treading the sand in all the while. That would have been causing more problems to the lino that's on the floor, because it's not wood, and would have probably had more problems. We'd probably had to hard wearing office carpet down there. But she's done about getting the front room. Well, we're going up to the whole of the house once Marley's gone. I don't know whether to start from top to bottom or bottom to top. The downstairs should be the easiest, because you've only got to lift the furniture out and get a lick of paint while it's out. Then when I go upstairs, I want to ask them for help, from
charities or the council.
The council, because they'll give you a grant then, you see. I don't get the money or anything.
But you get the help.
I get the help, yeah, that's right. Like when they come to fit the bathroom in, but they'll only paint it white.
Yeah.
But any different colour, I have to buy it, which I'd understand. Paper, they'd only put wood chip on, which for the featured bedroom wall, I should take that off anyway and just put a new stretching arm. I'll be very careful with standing knife this time. and then it's where to actually put all the stuff. Because when I painted it last time, you'll have your head off, because we've got the wardrobes in the middle of the room. I did one section, you know, in the middle of that's right, we did it in the middle of the room. The bed we took downstairs and put it in back room, and then I did all the big heavy work because I could do it. I had like 2 weeks off, and I could do the whole of the house from top to bottom without any problem. No aches and pains. Start at 7 o'clock in the morning, finish at 9 at night. Go for one room. That's why I said go for one room, and I get the other one done because there are 2 big rooms to be done. Put the other bed into the front room, one in the back room. Got that all done. We didn't set the one up in the front room because Tony went into the box room onto a small bed. And then I did the 2 big rooms.
Who was he?
Tony, that's Lou's brother.
Oh.
He's still with us, like.
Yeah,
so when
supposed to be moving in.
well, supposed to be. He not move. Not he's got too good. And then I did those 2, and then I had the carpet fitters in, right? Got them 2 done. Then I did the box room and stairs, right?
Yeah.
And that was a fucking darling. You asked somebody to come and help you put that fucking wallpaper on that wall. No fucking wanted to help me. And he told myself, Lou ripped the paper off. When it went at one wall, stripped all plaster off. So I had to plaster it for a start. That quick, well, it's one coat plaster. You put it on, and then the second coat you can put it on like 2 or 3 hours after, then just skimmed it off. But a lot of people, what they do, they plaster it on, then they have to get a sander to sand it down. But with building trades, you got the tools and you know how to use them. So I just plastered it off and gave it a couple of days while I was started painting, and then I went back and started. I looked at the thing, I thought, right, how do you paper it? I ain't got a fucking clue. So I started at my longest piece, you know, on the corner of the drop, the big drop, right, which is a bulkhead.
Yeah.
I put that on, and that's where I plastered. I thought it'll either stick or it'll probably not stick. So I did all that, got all done, and I got a little cut like that near the bathroom, right? So you're going to have that cut anywhere anyway. Even if it was going to be on your long drop, you're going to get it. So I did that all the way down to the bottom of the stairs, all to the kitchen, painted everything up that I got to paint. Then got the stair carpet in, and then I did the front room, back room, and I was having to, in the front room we had a big war unit, and I was having to work around that. Fish tank wasn't in. Oh, it was. Fish tank was in. I had to drain it down and shift it, put it on the table for a couple of 3 hours. On back garden I got some like great big barrels of water so I could put the fish in and put air to them, and then I put it back because it was ready for a damn good clean. And I lost 4 fish as well by doing that, and I got it done anyway. The front room was done, the back room was done, and then come the kitchen. We had a new kitchen put in, and then before they put it in I decided to paper it, so it was a bit easier. Did it at night time when they went in, then they come back it was done, papered. Then they did the bottom part, and then when they come back the following day it was painted, so I got it done. I was happy as well, all in 2 weeks. Then I said to, well, it was just under 2 weeks. And I said to that guy, I says, Right, come on. We've all cleaned up now. Tony, can you look after the dogs for a few days? Yeah, I'll look after them. And we fucked off. Went to Manchester, for a bit of a break. Wasn't far away. Stayed at the Metropole at Manchester. I did Arndale Centre and all that lot, which I don't like shopping, but I thought just take her somewhere so she could enjoy a bit. She was bollocks were cleaning up after me. Got to have a leave her, haven't you?
Yeah.
But she did alright. And then she only said the other week, we should paint this lot again, it's 7 years since we last done it. And I said, I don't think I could do it like I did. I might get away with doing a per room per day, are you with me? And then
That's a bit too much.
Yeah, once I've had enough, that'll be it. Paintbrush will go down.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Nice black cloth.
Oh. Find out what it's 5 is. So it's 5.
You will do when you go up the top.
Yeah. I love
See,
it.
that's an extension of the big hole.
Yeah. It's nice to have these ropes on. Not to stop you from getting in, like, we're just old.
Yeah.
You don't think they explode there?
See, with this being called high wood, it would have been all woodland.
Yeah.
That's just obliterated.
Again, you see, I bet you 60% of the soldiers would have been splintered and not actually shot. If you get some of them fucking big splinters in your body, wood, no worse than you can't get out, gangrene setting in. They just sort of cleared it, didn't it, really, for a no man's land. Or was that the no man's land, was it? Because that's where it was, wasn't it? They would have took to this one to clear here. Same as what Robert the Bruce did with the English at Stirling Bridge.
Yeah. Yeah. William Wallace.
Wallace, yes, not Bruce, Wallace. I got the rope. Hey, I'll prosecute you again. I've got it on camera now to witness what you're treating me like. You wanted the rope round my neck. I bet if you went in there you'd find a couple of bullets from her.
Oh, I've got a couple of bullets for you, but they're not in there.
You know you love it. You don't want to miss this for anybody, would you?
No. Not looking forward to doing it.
And I'm glad you come. That's not very nice calling a Canadian. Shit. Again, you see, they're burying 2 soldiers.
Yeah.
You see, the Gordon Islanders again.
Yeah, well, they'd follow each other in, wouldn't they?
And the Egyptians.
You've got the South Wales Borderers,
Yeah, I've got them here as well.
Newfoundland Regiment. July. So they're all here. Machine Gun Corps.
In our hearts we mourn the loss of one our loved one, so well, sadly missed by all. Different. Just adding in the Canadian pot cemetery. Again, a lot of them are buried together. If we start counting up, you probably get anything up to 500, maybe soldiers plus. This was Francis Thomas's kit that he had. German airships and etc. Planes flying around. And of course obviously the English planes as well. The bunkers that the Germans went down through the bombardment. The army taking the last mass before they actually went over. Just a few photographs of what was in the area. There they go, the boys. With Paddy O'Shea's in there. It was known as the Death March. And did the play The Last Post to the Dead. Medical Corps treating wounded, stretcher bearers, and then a man just shot dead. They're in trench. The warheads, bullets, and shrapnel, and a good piece of barbed wire. Hey boys, they made up a lot of the gunnery. There were some of the guns that was here was only Navy trained. Soldier saying goodbye to his family in Newfoundland. after looking around, I don't know whether it was a secret or not, but the biggest part of the ages wasn't put on the stones. The oldest one I did find was 41, and the youngest with the date on was 21. So whether it was a thing that the regiments didn't want or couldn't find any records of, but just the names on the tags. Lots of unknown soldiers. So now I'm just going to go up to the monument itself and see what I can find up there. There's Rocket Ron. It looks like Edward Heath. Zoom him in a bit. There it is, look. Smiling away, thinking, come on, let's go. The Germans, as I said, was over the back of the trees. We did have a look at the poles. And then, as a French, they did an entirely different type of, they concreted their crosses and just drilled and fixed. Again, they didn't put any H's on it, just says about the 2nd and the regiment. It was 48th Division, died in 1916. I'm going to get moving now because the clouds are coming in again for another storm, so I'm just going to go up to the top end a bit, get under cover.
Honour containing the names of officers and COs and men has been deposited in the St James Church, Colchester.
Yeah. This monument was put up here for the regiment from Colchester. All men was taken there, or NCOs of the 18th Division who fell in the Great War 1914-1918. As we're just walking down, you see the British have had the meeting. John Lake doesn't look very happy. So we're just actually making a move. End of June this will be. The decision of July the 1st. The battle to begin. The big guns being pulled up by bulldozers. Went to line. Soldiers on the dinner. Been promised that to be a week of bombing. Plenty of ammunition that was going up. Soldiers beginning to move up towards the front. Bit tired. Down into the trench. Divided. Picked up stuff what they wanted to be given to take with them. And then the blast just before 7:30, and the soldiers blew the whistles and off they went. It was touch walk because all the Germans would be dead. Moving up line, we can see that they're not dead. They're beginning to be challenged. Casualties are mounting up now. Every little hole they can get themselves down, out of the way. The machine fire, they could fire up to approximately a mile. Just ripping them down. We can understand why there's so many fatalities, names not known. Interested going back, trying to be treated into the ambulances, taken to the field hospitals, where most of them died of the injuries. More cannons was coming up to the front, the field runs. And of course the planes up there just surveying what's going on. Hospital tent. And then out the other side where the dead was laid. to rest about. Go down now the more troops being sent up. Again, shot up cannon shells, barbed wire, Japanese helmets, drink vessels, the can being dug up, fields around us. On the barbed wire. Shrapnel bombs. Automatic machine guns. Bullets. They're firing. Grenades. And this is the original German gun. It's 7.92, 500 rounds per minute you could fire out. This gun was captured 26 September 1916. Looks like this. Well, it could have done. Could have done.
Shot with can hunted.
Yeah. Could have been.
Sworn the British out.
Yeah. Could have flown it. Used from the airfields. The sun. Where the soldiers certainly relied on information for battles. We just had a right torrential thunderstorm. That's what's kept us late from getting here. See there, the Royal Highness, Princess Alice, Duchess of Gloucester. Now what? Is it? Hey?
Usually a cafe there, but you know, this is impressive.
Okay. Whoa! It's made out of the redstone as well from the white chalk, isn't it? Yeah. Across the road we can see some of the Ulster burials, and then of course there's another lot. I can just come round and swing right in front of you There's another load of cemeteries up there as well, all from Belfast.